Shabbat shalom, Zion. What's going on? I see a few you getting on right now. I'm gonna wait a few seconds. All right, looks like we got a small little crowd here. So I wasn't too sure if I was gonna be doing one of these today because the wind was kind of high a little earlier today. So wind come down, it's kind of hard to hear when the wind is blowing and everything. But just wanted to just go live and just do a talk to the family. Some things been on my mind, and I know y'all been seeing a lot of stuff. And what I want to talk about is what's going on with this virus. Now, what's up with our people? I'm noticing a lot of some of our celebrities. You got Tyler Perry, some others who are trying to advertise this vaccine as though if they're trying to get our people to really get into this stuff. And I've been noticing that, using our people are being used as pawns, to take this virus. And now y'all know as well as I do, y'all seen proof documents. I've seen so many whistleblowers come out about this vaccine and talk about what's in that stuff. And so there was a lady who recently, Donna, I think, I can't think of her last name. Somebody sent it to me earlier today that she was doing an interview and she slipped up and she was saying that um, they didn't infect enough people with the lockdown. So whether she meant to say that or not, it slipped out. So brothers and sisters, we gotta be on the lookout. We gotta keep our eyes open. Now, like I said last time, no one can make you take that vaccine. No one can make you take it. Title VII, they cannot force you to take it. Even if they try to bully you and they're trying to make you take that, they can't do it because you can turn around and force them. That's why they're not making it a big. That's why they're not forcing it right now. Now, later on down the road, maybe I can see them actually doing that. They'll probably have something like, well, you can't renew your license or your registration until you get the vaccine. I don't see that happening right now, but that's not to say that it's not going to happen down the road. I think what they're doing is they're testing the waters right now. They're testing the waters. They're trying to see who's all going to take this, who's all going to fall for it, and if they can to see how many people that they can get to take it. Because you still have a lot of people who are fighting against it. Even the heathens, a lot of the heathens are protesting against it and fighting against it. So, but what gets under my skin is when our own people are being used to try to encourage, our brothers and sisters to take that stuff. I'm like this, Tyler Perry. If you wanna take that stuff, go ahead and take it. But don't be trying to advertise that stuff and try to encourage other folks to take it. You take it. You know. And we've had a couple of deaths. Well, a lot of deaths so far. But I'm mainly talking about my people. I'm not concerned about the heathens dying from this stuff. I'm talking about our people, like Hank Aaron, who took the vaccine and he died as a result 2 weeks later. But the way he was advertising it though, is though if he was encouraging other folks to take it. And then Tyler Perry, he's about to get y'all hear about that? He's about to get a humanitarian award for what he did. Now, if that ain't coonery, I don't know what is. But don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, Zion. Y'all need to stand your ground. Y'all need to file whatever y'all need to file, but do not be deceived with that stuff. There's something in that vaccine. Now, I can't prove 100% what's in that vaccine, but I do know for sure from the research and studies I've did and done that there's something in there that will mess with your DNA. And I've actually talked to people, things like that, seen some evidence, but there's something in that vaccine. And I'm not saying that it's the mark of the beast. I know there's been a few of you who's been emailing me, asking me, is this vaccine the mark of the beast? And I don't believe so. Now, will it lead to that eventually down the road? I don't know. Guess we're gonna see. I'm not an expert with that, but I can say for sure, no, it's not the mark of the beast. But I know one thing for sure: I ain't taking it, and y'all shouldn't be taking that stuff either. So, they always wanna play God. They always wanna try to mix something, and that's why these folks got to go, y'all. These heathens, they got to go. And we keep going like this, well, we're gonna be destroyed. They got to go. Ever since they came on the scene, it's just been downhill. And we know why. We messed up our forefathers, so we're little by little. We getting ourselves back on track, getting them back into these commandments, laws, and statutes. And so, brother, another thing too, I hate seeing is, and I need to start talking about this more, but I cannot stand to see our own brothers selling drugs to one another. Your own people. And see, that's the problem with our people. I mean, we would kill each other over $5, even less than that. And on top of that, we would sell out for pennies on the dollar. I mean, we would sell out to anything. We gotta come out of that. And, because so many of our people we value money as high security. And the Bible says not to follow the ways of the heathens. Follow not envy not the heathen, and follow none of his ways. So money is their God. Money should not be our God. We have an Elohim, brothers and sisters. That is our source of power and our source of everything else. So we've been told many, many times not to be like them. Don't do it. Just follow the Most High. Weave away from the ways of the heathens, because it's not doing us any good. It has not done us any good ever since we came over here on these ships. Y'all hear me? Has not done us any good. But yet, we're the only race of people that hate one another. We hate the way we look. We hate our beautiful black skin. We hate our big lips, our wide nose. And I don't understand it. And I do understand it at the same time. It's because we've been trained to be like the heathens. We've been trained to envy off of them. So what happens? We follow after them. I can go on and on, about that. But we got to get away from that. Turn away from these heathens. And y'all know the deal with mixing. Y'all know how I feel about it. And I'm not going to even go there, because we already know the deal. What was the main thing that caused the destruction of the flood? It was mixing, playing God. They were mixing genes and all kinds of stuff, and the Most High had to destroy them, had to wipe them completely out. Only saved 8 people. Had to start a whole new generation from that. So, brothers and sisters, we're seeing things happening, and it's getting worse and worse. And I'm not the one to predict dates or what have you. Don't know how long we got, but we can't worry about that. We have to really focus on praying for our brothers and sisters, witnessing to our brothers and sisters any way we can, and working our salvation out with fear and trembling. That's what we got to focus on, because if you keep constantly worrying about, well, when is the Most High going to come back? When is it going to come back? I'm getting tired. You're going to drain yourself. You're going to drain yourself. You're going to get frustrated. And then a lot of people end up leaving the faith because they're too impatient. What does the word say? It says, be ye faithful unto death. So what does that mean? And what that means, well, however long you're going to be on this earth, if the Most High is willing, you live your life according to the Torah, to the word, the best way you can. All right. And that's what we got to do. And like I said last time, the word says that if we do these commandments, and if we keep them, if we guard them with all our might, heart, soul, and strength, he will cause our enemies to fall before us. That is a known fact, brothers and sisters. You cannot get around that. And it really is. It's good that many of our people are starting to get back on track. You have your different your groups that meet. We're scattered to the 4 corners, so everybody, with 2 or 3 here, 10 there, maybe 20 some other place. Well, however you're gathering in the name of the Most High. And that's the way it's going to be. And that's why these plagues, when they hit, it's going to be worldwide. It ain't going to be just conclusive to the U.S. And I know some of y'all think that that America is Babylon. Now, she's part of Babylon, and she don't. Yeah, she's gonna get punished too. But America is not the only place that's gonna get punished. Wherever our people are scattered to, that's when all hell is going to break loose. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, y'all need to read those seven trumpets. Read those seven trumpets in detail, even if you have to read them over 7 to 8 times. Because when they fall, I don't know if any of us want to be alive when that happens. And that's when you're going to witness the true wrath of the Most High. And I said in the video, the Most High, His patient is going to try His people. And I get it. A lot of us brothers and sisters are tired of being tired, and we're tired of seeing wickedness. We're tired of seeing our people just abused and misused in every kind of way. But brothers and sisters, don't worry, because the Most High got our backs. The Most High has our backs, and I'm telling you, we're going to see, if we see in our lifetime, we're going to see the fall of our enemies slowly but surely. It's going to start increasing. And if you notice now, even now, a lot of them are really they're stressed out, because you know why? Because all this time they've been living in this protected white privilege that they always deny, and they're starting to see it now. They're starting to see their world crumble before them, and they don't know what to do. They can't handle stress like us. We lose a job, go out maybe, get a couple of drinks or something like that, and call it a day, be out the next morning. Oh well, I'll find me another job. Because see, we used to dealing with that kind of stress. They can't handle the stuff that we've handled. We've been through so much, even in our genes. And that's why, when people say, well, you wouldn't dare during slavery, well, technically we were. We were there because we can feel that stuff in our genes. That stuff is passed down through our genes, so we're still living out the remnants of that. People don't understand that, but that the genetics is something else. It's serious, and through our genetics, we've experienced what our forefathers experienced. So therefore, we are a very resilient people, and we can bounce back from anything. That's why, remember when the crack epidemic came out, and the reason why so many of our people were got hit hard with that stuff, is because you got to understand our melanin. So sitting out in the sun, soaking in the melanin, is something about our melanin, brothers and sisters, that we don't even understand. And this is something that the Most High has instilled in us. And every 3 years they have this organization that meets. All the scientists around the world meet every 3 years to talk about melanin, and they don't invite any black scientists at all. So you best believe, brothers and sisters, they've been studying us for the last 100 years. They've been studying our resiliency. Why is it that these people cannot die? How come we cannot kill them off? Everything they've tried to do failed. Now, getting back to the crack epidemic. So, and melanin, and the reason why I brought that up is because the crack epidemic was so strong when that sister got that hit, it was like, bam. And see, and it's our melanin, it's because that's why we taste things differently. That's why we worship differently. That's why we everything that we do is with force and power. That's why, athletes and stuff, we do everything better. It's because of the melanin. So our food's going to taste better. We're stronger. And so when the crack epidemic hit, that hit was so good that it was like that melanin was digging it, and that's why so many of our people were strung out. But they did us a big favor. They did us a big favor by putting us in prison, because you know why? A lot of our people had time to think, and a lot of our people just bounced back. There was brothers and sisters who were like, you know what? I ain't doing this no more. They just gave it up cold turkey. Now that the roles are flipped, you look at the opioids and the heroin addiction. That's an all-time high. You know what, brothers and sisters? And I truly believe that this whole COVID thing was a cover-up to cover up this whole opioid epidemic. Because think about it. When a person is strung out or dies of an overdose, what is the number one thing that kills them? Respiration or respiration issues. So respiratory problems is one of the things that they classify COVID as. So It was I got to give it to them. They're smart, and they came by and they were like, okay, well, we're gonna call this COVID. We're gonna call this COVID. We're gonna call this COVID because they all have respiratory symptoms. So anything that has a respiratory symptom, they can label it as COVID, even though it could be a drug overdose, it could be pneumonia, it could be something else that causes those things. But they called it COVID. I mean, brilliant, y'all, brilliant. And the whole world is just eating it up, eating it up. So now it makes it seem like, okay, yeah, people are dying. People are dying of COVID. It really seems like that because now that they've labeled everything as people dying of COVID, so anything that has to do with respiratory issues is COVID. Problem solved. Now we've convinced everybody that thousands of people are dying of COVID when thousands of people have been dying every day of different respiratory symptoms. Get what I'm saying, y'all? Check. So don't be fooled. And the Bible tells us in Ecclesiasticus, it tells us, trust not thine enemies. And then in Lamentations 4:17, tells us not to trust in these nations. How are you going to trust in a nation that cannot save you? I mean, do y'all really trust the government that much? You trust the government that much where you're willing to volunteer to take a vaccine? You volunteering to take a vaccine and you trust the government that much? Something's wrong with that picture. So what does that tell us? Well, that tells us that you got so much trust in your enemies that you're willing to take any kind of risk, no matter the cost. You're willing to take that risk. And by the way, did y'all see there was a brother who took that vaccine? He was an older brother, Hebrew brother, and he had some serious side effects. And y'all see his tongue? His tongue had swelled up, looked like a tail of a platypus. I mean, his tongue was so huge. Look that up. Just look up. Man's tongue was swollen after taking the vaccine. I mean, his tongue was huge. I'm like, man, they had bumps on it and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it was a side effect from the COVID. And you know how the heathens are. Yeah, there's a little risk in it, but those things can be resolved. You know how they do all the time. They like to play everything down, like it's no big deal if you take the vaccine. You're just gonna get a couple of bumps on your forehead, and that's gonna be it, and call it a day. And yeah, right. Trust not thine enemies. Let me see how many bars I got. I think I only had like one bar when I came out here. I know I'm out here in the wilderness, so there ain't too much signal out here. Yeah, I got like 2 bars left, so I guess I'm good. But yeah, brothers and sisters, yeah, this thing is getting crazy out here. And I'm seeing it. I see the writing on the wall. And they're going to continue to use our people to con our own people. And that's the way they do it. That's the way they do it, y'all. If you're going to destroy your own people, or if you're going to destroy black people, then use black people to destroy black people. They did it with Malcolm X with the COINTELPRO. And y'all hear about that movie that's getting ready to come out? It's called Judas and the Black Messiah. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was shocked when I heard that title because, and Warner Brothers is putting that out. Warner Brothers. So check this out. Judas and the Black Messiah. Okay. 10 years ago, that name, you couldn't even get that name out into the public. Judas and the Black, just the fact that it has Black Messiah in it. I was shocked to see that Warner Brothers even putting that out. So I'm waiting to check that out. Yeah, type it up on YouTube. Somebody said what? Yeah, it's called Judas and the Black Messiah. Just type it up in YouTube and watch the previews of it. I think it's the dude Daniel, the dude that played the Black Panther. He played in Queen and Slim, and I think a couple of other movies. But check it out. But yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah. Because they know, brothers and sisters, they know. I'm telling you, Hollywood always be giving out those little hints and telling us who we are. But we're the only people that don't believe it because we're so used to trying to hug everybody else. We want to gather everybody else in. We want to, come on in, white people. Come on in, Asians. We love you too. Come on in, Japanese, the Koreans. Come on in, y'all. We love you. We all one big family. God loves everybody. Yes, indeed. God loves everybody. That's the Christian gospel of the day. But you about to find out. You about to find out real quick. And I'm telling you, many people are going to be disappointed. And I guarantee you, if Hamashiach revealed himself before everybody right now, I guarantee you, all of these heathens, will become infidels overnight. They will become atheists overnight. They will become atheists overnight. They'll take their Bibles and throw them in the garbage. They'll probably burn them. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me, your God is black? Yeah, and they like to say it don't matter, but yet you still got them white images on your wall. Yep. So yeah, brothers, this is melanin. It's a powerful, powerful thing, and they know that we have that in us, and they've been studying us, doing experiments on us. And this COVID, getting back to this COVID, all it is just another experiment, the test on us. Why do you think they're focusing on black folks so much? You know, they don't care if they kill a few of their own. Just like when a lot of the whites were strung out on crack too. Well, they don't care about that. You know, it's like, well, we know that there's going to be casualties of war. We know that there's going to be collateral damage. But what we really are targeting are black people. That's the whole key. We're targeting black people, and that's the objective. But I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, they cannot kill us. They cannot, because the Most High told them no. And when you read Zechariah 1:15, the Most High only meant to punish us a little. He only meant to teach us a lesson. But the heathens, they forwarded the affliction. They took advantage and doing everything they can still to this very day take advantage. So that's what they're doing. So slaves on the loose. That's who they are. Slaves on the loose. It's gonna be rounding up time. One day it's gonna be rounding up time. So they better enjoy this little heaven while they got it. They better enjoy this little piece of privilege while they got it. Because it ain't gonna last long. It's all getting ready to come to an abrupt end for them, that is. And we're seeing it. We are seeing it. And I've never seen the heathen. I've never seen white people stressed out this much. I've never seen them stressed out that much. Suicides like crazy. People killing their kids and killing themselves. You know how they do. They like to kill everybody else in the household and then kill them house. And who was that? Who was that professional player? I don't want to say the name because I don't want to get it wrong. Was it a football player or what? But there was some white dude that he was married to a black woman, nearly beat her half to death because she would not bow down to him. She would not bow down to him, so he beat her senseless. And brothers and sisters, you gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. Gotta stop this swirling, stop this mixing. And we got to get back to our own people, loving our own people. I know we got a long ways to go, and we'll get there over time. But we got this a must, brothers and sisters. We got to humble ourselves, both the women and the men. We got to humble ourselves, and we got to stop attacking one another. We got to start loving our own people. I know that's hard for a lot of our people because we're constantly at war with one another. So maybe the Most High is going to have to let it venture on, and we're down here for a little longer, till we get it right. At least the remnant, I should say, because we're not going to come together as a whole. And that's why I said last time that's why you have people who are buying land. You got maybe 2 families there, 3 families here that are coming together, and that's the way it's going to end. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to have to be. And once we get to a point where the rest of our brothers and sisters see they need to stop messing around and get their acts together, then they're gonna jump on board. Then they'll jump on board. They'll see, look, I'm behind. I need to get on board. So brothers and sisters, just be patient. I'm gonna get ready to end here. Just be patient. Don't, like I said, stop trying to concentrate. When is the Most High coming back? When is the Most High coming back? Don't even think about that. You need to start laboring. You need to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Worry about trying to give some encouraging word to your brothers and sisters. Feed the homeless. Feed your many brothers out there that are starving. I'm not saying you got to feed the whole homeless population, but I guarantee you come across one homeless brother or sister maybe once a month or twice a month. It's not going to hurt you to come out with a little $5. Hey, you need something to eat? Now let me go get it for you. It's not going to hurt. We should be doing that. That's what the word commands us to do. You know, help the widow. We gotta help our brothers and sisters out in the street. We don't know why they became homeless. We don't know their situation, but it's not for us to know. We just need to help them. I've come across homeless brothers all the time. And like, hey man, you want something to eat? I'm gonna go in and get you something. What you want? Talk to them for a while. Give them the truth. Because when you feed a brother or sister on the street, their ears open up, their eyes open up, and they begin to listen. So we have our various talents, our different talents. Use them to the glory of the Most High, and that's all we can do for now. And just keep pressing on and pressing on, and do like the word says: "Be ye faithful unto death." That's what we got to do. So, brothers and sisters, with that being said, I pray that you continue to enjoy your Shabbat Shalom, be in peace, stay strong. I leave you Revelation 14:12. Y'all know it by now. And I'm going to get into the word myself. I'm going to just sit out here and just chill on this beautiful sunny Shabbat day in sunny Central Coast Cali. Just had like a 4-day raining streak. So homestead, nothing's slid away. So it's pretty cool. Got a couple of hills, but thing is good, brothers and sisters. So I say Shabbat Shalom and stay strong. Ooh.